Hey there, entrepreneur. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Make Your Content Go Viral. Three often overlooked keys to the viral marketing cash vault that I actually learned from New York Times best-selling author Mr. Jonah Berger. Entrepreneur, if you take the following three strategies that you're about to be exposed to in this video, put them into your long-range marketing plans, there is no doubt that your content and your customer interactions are going to become at least 300% more likely to go viral. The gentleman you're looking at there in that screenshot is the one and only Mr. Jonah Berger. He is a New York Times best-selling author. He has a brand new book out called Contagious: Why Things Catch On, which you can grab over at jonahberger.com. Highly recommended. If you can't get the book, then he's got a free download in which he goes into some incredibly powerful strategies that you just can't ignore. Now, one of the strategies he talks about, he actually covers 6 viral marketing principles in his book, but one particular strategy that he talks about is called social currency. And basically, the hub of social currency is this: entrepreneur, how much shareability does your current content and or customer interactions provide? Now, most of us, if you're blogging, right, when you put out a blog post, you'd love to see, a gazillion tweets and a gazillion likes on Facebook and LinkedIn and everywhere else. But let's face it, in the real world, that just doesn't happen. Now, there is a company, sadly, that you can see here in this screenshot, by the name of Kmart. Now, years ago, Kmart was all the rage. But this still shot sort of says it all, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that parking lot. Dead as a donut. So Kmart and you and I might start trying to do some things that's going to make their social currency meter, if you will, rise. And if they do that, they can find that they don't have to spend as much money on traditional upfront marketing and advertising, because their customer base will do the advertising for them. That's what this whole social currency concept is about. So, having said that, here's a question for you. How much social currency does your current customer interactions provide? In other words, do your clients and your customers feel compelled to tell your story and my story? If not, then we need to change some things. So let's suppose that good old Kmart decides that they're going to institute some changes to try and raise their social currency meter. Here's one thing they might do. They're going to institute a contest. Now, here's how this is going to work. Kmart is now going to allow, on a non-mandatory basis, in other words, volunteer basis, every day, each associate that wants to participate, get this, they get to choose one VIP customer interaction. And what they do is they award this person a "You have been selected as my favorite customer interaction of the day" recipient award. Now, in another video, we'll get into what the benefits of being chosen for this particular prestigious award is. But for now, focus on this. What Kmart is going to do is allow every associate, depending on how many hours you work, like let's say if you work 3 days, then the most you're going to be given is 3 of these cards, because you can only give out one a day. Now, see, that's what you got to get in your mind here. And if you work a typical 5-day work week, they're going to give you 5 cards. But here's how this is going to work. Every week, the top 3 associates that have given out the most VIP customer interaction recipient awards to customers, they automatically win one of 3 cool prizes. First prize automatically wins $100 plus a $25 gift certificate to, get this, any store that made the top 10 of the associates list. In other words, they're going to ask these associates, which stores would you like to win these coupons from, gift certificates? And if it turns out it's Target or Costco, if there's one in their area, or Applebee's, or even Walmart or Best Buy, whatever, because stop and think about this now. The associates are far more likely to give 110% if they truly want the prize at the end of all this hoopla, right? So in other words, if corporate just chooses these gifts, but if the participants choose them, you can best believe they're going to give 110% to try to get them. Now, second prize, they'll automatically win $50 in cash. And remember, this is per store. And the third prize winner will automatically win $25. But here's the really cool part. At the end of the week, you can log in, the associates, to the website and find out who nationwide the number one person or persons were. And every person, in other words, if you gave out 5, because that's the most you can give out, if you gave out 5 of these, and it turns out you're store-wide, nationwide, the top person for your store, which means, you're going to be one of the finalists for this nationwide recipient for first prize, you automatically win double. So instead of $100, you win $200. If you're number 2 nationwide, you automatically win $50 instead. $100 instead of $50 in cash. And if you're number 3, you win $50 because you win double. But here's the point. Now follow this. At the end of the month, the top 3 associates that have given out the most awards, here's what the top person's going to get. They're automatically going to get an extra $500 in cash, plus an extra 8-hour shift at time and a half. Or they can simply take 8 hours and add it to their vacation time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stop and think about this. Now, let's say initially about 30%, and I realize that figure is kind of low. Let's say 30% of Kmart's associate customer or employee base decided to participate in this program. What do you think is going to start to happen as other people see these other their associates win these cash awards? That's right. More and more and more of them are going to want to participate. Absolutely. But stop and flip it. Think about this. What do you think is going to happen to the psychology of the people that are winning these awards? Because remember, they don't realize, these customers don't realize that only one person can win this every day per associate. So when they head on over to Kmart's website and start reading about this new program and come to realize, oh my goodness, only one person can win this a day per associate, and I was chosen? Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is going to happen to their social media pages? You think there's going to be a little bit of a buzz going around about this program? You better believe there will. And that's the point. So you see, this whole concept about this social currency and making yourself, making your social currency meter rise, it's in everybody's best interest to figure out how to do this. Because entrepreneur, if you do it, you're going to find that your out-of-pocket expenses go down while your exposure goes up. Because most people don't realize this, even in this age of so-called social media. Ladies and gentlemen, are you sitting down? Listen at this statistical fact, and this comes from Mr. Jonah Berger himself. Only 7% of the so-called social media phenomenon actually takes place online. Guess where the other 93% takes place? That's right, offline, meaning at the water cooler, over the telephone, via text message, face-to-face, belly button to belly button, toenail to toenail, like it always has and probably always will. Meaning real life, face-to-face interactions. Now, if Kmart or anybody else, but especially a company, let's be honest, Kmart's kind of fallen on hard times, so they really should be looking into something like this. It's simple, it's low cost, and it's extremely powerful. And I'll tell you something else that I could almost predict, and I'm not Nostradamus, but you can bet the psychology of the customers coming into that store is going to change. Because if their cousin or spouse or brother or sister or mom or dad or son or daughter or whoever won this award, they're going to want to win it, which means they'll be less critical about the company, and they'll actually go out of their way to be more of a personable type customer. because they want this award. Now, in another video, we'll talk about, because remember, only one person today can win this, so you'll have to do something else for the other 99% who are not going to win this, and of course, we're going to address that. But here's the point, entrepreneur. This is a concept that everybody, especially a cash-starved small business entrepreneur and or service provider, like 99% of us who are listening to this video, you have to embrace this concept. You can add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line and do it in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, entrepreneur. Then what you need to do is grab that free 9-page special report, and you know where you can get it. youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.